Place your bets at gg.bet. Most popular esports titles. Deposit with convenient payment options. Cool mini games. And 24/7 support for players. Sign up now for the best esports bets at gg.bet.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Pause City. Yeah, I saw the 9th round, I was about to go live, and then I was like, yeah, let's start, we'll run all those ads, we'll get in a little bit early, and we'll get to see the 9th round, and there's been some sort of error, but yeah, hopefully it's all sorted. Have we got our odds thing working? Yes, we do. So second map, will there be, I can't even, it's too long, I can't see what it says, let's try another one. Second map, round 6 win. That is the most oddly specific thing that you can bet. But that is it with GG Bet. There you go. We can turn this into a plug. I'm pretty sure you can bet on like everything. Like everything. What else is it? What else we got? Second map, round handicap. You know, all that good stuff. Whatever that means. I don't know anything about betting. But yeah, basically, I'm a sellout. Deal with it. We've got our 9th round. That's the more important thing. And oh, it's going to be taken by MVP. They win the first map. They move on to their choice. The second one, of course, which is Cash. And, yeah, we're just going to be waiting to see whether or not they're going to be taking this in 2 or whether we will need our third and final map to finish this one off. Of course, I believe the third map will be Mirage. And here we go. Into our pistol round we go. Gonna be the CT side start. What MVP? Lucid Dream gonna go running straight in towards his B side though. And look how many players are there! There's 4 just waiting for them with those trusty USPs. Then they're going to be spamming away. And, well, it's the T's to actually come out on top, at least for now. Mini going to be ready and waiting to try and shut them down. He is doing work, but it is only going to be so left. He has so much left to do. Already spotting out one. Sitting up above, hoping to try and find somebody along the way, but so far not so good. And, well, he's already been spotted as well. That should be the end of him. It is going to be the pistol round going the way of Lucid Dream. Either way. We'll have the CZs, T250 and Deagle board up. A couple of rifles for the T side, playing a little bit safer than last time, but they're going for the same strategy once again. Straight in towards the B side they go. Zeph will start things off, and the CZs reigning supreme at the moment as they do take themselves a man advantage. Both the AKs do still remain, though, for the T side. Mac 10 in below. Gonna spot one of his opponents. Endy around the corner. Wannafly finds a couple. Is left all onto So, who retrieves the AK-47. He doesn't have much time though, so he has to go running in towards this site. Wannafly gonna be ready and waiting for him, but he loses the battle. And so, I think he's just about got enough time to do this. It's gonna be pretty damn close, but he's gonna have it. Oh, it may. Oh, that was ridiculous. 0.1. 0.1, but MVP will take the round, and a lot of it is off the back of that man there. So 1-1, Lucid Dream, they take the pistol, but can't win that second round. Now, we did actually see this in the previous map, and it was MVP to bounce back a little bit later on. Winning the pistol, then losing the follow-up rounds. Already, we do see the force back in. Lucid Dream going to try and break them right back. They've gone for a little bit of aggression over in towards middle. That smoke's not going to help them out too much, though, and they've got to be a little bit wary now of the position of So. However, Wannafly still going strong. 6-1 at the moment, and he's found a kill onto Glow on the site. See an AWP, though, that they have to deal with, which may not be expected so early on. Mini trying to wrap odd shots, but he's going to fall as well. So still going strong, and is going to peek back through, but again, it's a couple of quick kills, and Zion is left alone. A bounce back of huge proportions, and Just Cause is going to close it. 2-1, Lucid Dream find themselves another onto the board as they bounce back straight away, but the question is, can the CTs do it once again as well? Actually going to be onto the sandbags. I believe that's a bit of a miss smoke there. And while the T's looking to pick up the pace once again, Glow is going to be ready and waiting with the Deagle, but he can't get anything done as Just Cause goes pushing in towards the site. The T's are just cleaning this up, but again, those CZs doing damage. And Zeph is the one this time left with one bullet, and well, he's just trying to retreat back, trying to bait for Zion. He is going to do just that. Not expected, and again, MVP return. No clear victor just yet. I'm just going to have a quick pause. We make our way back into the game. We'll have a bit of a purchase in from the T side, who is still trying to break this back once again. Hot flash can be thrown in. Glow looking for that opener and is going to find it as well. That SMG doing work. Of course, both teams with some limitations here, but him finding that AK-47 is definitely going to help them out. So in the corner as well, may not be expected, and that's already going to be a first. Looking for a little bit more and gets it as well. Leaving his T side already in a bit of a predicament. He's going to be coming down. Already it's left into a 4 versus 2. T side are going to look to try and rotate themselves back in towards B, but well, both players just sat close is going to make things very difficult indeed. Flash going to be ready. Push in. Zendy round in the corner. Manages an opener, but he doesn't expect the second player in the corner, and Zeph will double down with both. It is going to be 3-2 as MVP get themselves another round onto the board. I think my brightness is... 1 second. 1 second. Advanced video? No, where's... Is it under game settings? I don't even remember where brightness is anymore. Everything's so confusing. Whoa. Either way, my brightness seems very high. You just do it in the console? I don't even know. Already, nice start to the round will come in. The T's not having too much into this one. A little bit of damage being done with the Glock, but not really anything to write home about. Bomb just going to be waiting alone in towards that squeaky spot. I wonder if this is just going to be an attempted bait and switch. Try and create a distraction. Dink will come in onto So, but the fact is he still has far more HP than any of his opponents, and Mini... Oh, that's a nice shot. Will get taken down. However, the one man on the site was enough to stop that fake. And it is going to be 4-2 in favor of MVP. Gotta pause. All the brightness used to be in here. I'm very confused at this point, I won't lie to you. Be at the top, didn't it? Or do I just do it? Nope. I don't remember. Brightness? No. Whatever. 4-2. Is going to be there to kick things off. T side are going to be looking to try and probe on towards this B site once again. They've got more of a default in at the moment. See the T's making their way into middle. Now the double vent play could definitely make things a little bit more interesting. Even if the first man goes down, they can sort of bait for the second. This is quite smart from the CT side. The problem is the T's have actually already pushed very far indeed, and they have to break the vent. That could cause a little bit of a distraction, make them rotate around, but they still don't realize how far they've actually got. They're all the way up in towards the highway position without anybody realizing just yet. Finally, somebody's going to swing around, but it is just too little too late. They thought the mid was covered, and the fact is the CT side lets so many players walk past. The incendiary isn't quite going to touch the man planting the bomb. Now they need a hero here. Zeph with the AK-47, the most likely person. Well, now the only one left alive as Niffy puts both down. Some mistakes made there by the CT side. Maybe 1.8. There we go, that's slightly better. It's a little bit too bright for my liking. Sorry about that. Just screwing around with settings. Either way, CTs are going to have themselves a bit of a buyback in here. CZ in play, and okay, Mini, that was an interesting decision. Just decides to cross the streams and goes down very early in this round. Glow's managed to take some presence in A main, which could be a bit of a surprise factor, but the fact is Lucid Dream going to be in a fairly decent position here and playing very slowly indeed. Just waiting patiently for any further aggression to be had. Glow's now the one aggressive as he's retrieved the rifle, and well, the T's have just decided to take middle instead. Already though, Another man comes in, Glow down and out over towards that A main position. It leaves So alone on towards this site. He's got rotations coming, but he's going to have to be a hero here. Does manage to actually do some work. He's still on the side, but eventually will be closed out. It's left onto Zeph. He hasn't spotted the man in the corner. Executed. The last alive, and well, it is going to be 4-4. There we go, though. Just USPs in this round. Not much at all for this CT side. In fact, absolutely nothing. And the T's now taking themselves a bit of a driver's seat in this first half. Will be a loss bonus of 2,400 in for the CT, so they'll be able to buy into the next round anyway. Fact is, though, they haven't really tried anything spicy in this round. That's what I like to see, some more aggressive plays. Try something a little bit different. Maybe stack 5 players onto one of the sites or push somewhere. These sort of rounds when you just play at default. Okay, maybe there's a chance to steal a weapon away, or a higher chance, but fact is, the round should still be pretty much done. They will retrieve the rifle at least. One man left in the corner. It's going to be Mini, and somehow they're actually doing a decent amount of damage here. Glow has found himself a kill as well. Zion and Zeph going to be the only ones left, but the fact is, really, Zeph should just be holding on to the AK, and that's exactly what he is doing. If Zion can even get an extra kill here, that would be enough to really do some damage, although he wants that AK, and he's going to get it. I wonder if anybody spotted that disappearing. I don't think they did, so he's just going to be able to fall back out of the round. Now, Zeph actually has enough money in the next round. He could drop an AWP. Now, it would be a little bit more problematic because he's not going to be able to afford the Kevlar, unless, of course, he can get an exit kill. If he can get an exit kill, he can buy Kevlar, keep the AK, and drop an AWP, which would be absolutely perfect, but by the looks of things, he's hiding in the corner. He's being a bit of a coward. I can't blame him. He wants to hold on to that AK. But at least on the side of Lucid Dream, they do keep 3 players alive, so they are making a little bit of extra cash. Zion, who was the star of the previous map, currently bottom of the board. And, well, if Just Cause can get one more kill, we've got the perfect 7-7-7-7-7. Here we go, though. Early attempted pick from Wannafly isn't going to net anything just yet. He actually takes a lot of damage himself, and the CT side are going to play a much heavier mid presence in this round. Incendiary thrown out. Well, we can try this again. Attempt 2. Just going to sat boost. I quite like this angle. Not really going to be expected by the T side. Although they did hear a footstep drop, so they're probably going to expect someone around that angle, but maybe not boosted above. T side in the early round, I think they're expecting some sort of aggression here from the CT side, so playing a little bit more patiently. Obviously going to be clearing out those vents, a position that MVP have already tried to play, and by the looks of it, maybe throwing a little bit of a fake. You got a couple of players heading over towards the B side. The bomb's still waiting on that A side of the map. So is still in middle, and actually they're playing a bit of a retake A strategy here. Nobody actually within the site itself. But again, we've had this pushing towards the B side. It's just going to be an elaborate ruse. A fake. Spraying from Zion. And it's actually worked wonderfully. Already a full rotation off. There's nobody on the A side whatsoever. And there's just going to be a simplistic push towards. I wonder if So can actually hear anything. They are going to go on the long wrap around, and they've taken a man advantage at least, which will give them good stead in towards the retake. However, still a decent position here for the T side. Boost, I imagine, will be coming over the top, and it is going to be So. He's got to watch out because Leaf is just waiting around that corner. So hoping that maybe his teammates can cause a distraction, and somehow he actually manages to win the kill anyway. It is already going to be back. WannaFly has a lot to do, and he's doing it. Finds 2 kills. To make that a third, it's left all onto 1, and while Just Cause is doing the damage. So coming in from behind, doesn't have a kit, and I think he knows that he's got no time. What a round from WannaFly. Well, Just Cause will just about survive. He wants to try and retreat that AWP. Just going to be right in the corner, and he will just about get it as well. 6-4. Loss bonus now starting to build up for the CT side, but I don't think it's really enough to warrant going for a full investment here. And they will just take up some pistols once again. They will get the max loss bonus into the next round. They've got So to actually try and do some damage. He was another man who performed very well in the previous map. Zine was the other, and, well, he's much quieter in this one. It is worth noting that they did have a very strong T side. Cash is normally a map where the T side is much more favourable. Molotov already going to be going over the top. Glow burning down within inches of his life, but they have managed to leave So up here. Another Molotov going to be expended. He may be getting toasty toes, but the fact is he's still not taking a point of damage and will actually go for the peak. However, in the meantime, we're just going to see the execution of multiple players, leaving 1 man on the site. Zine, who achieves absolutely nothing, and Mini is left very far away from the action. I think really he should just go hunting to try and find that AK-47, bring something into the next round for a teammate. Obviously, we expect him to purchase up the AWP. There's a few players who could pick it up, actually. So could buy another if necessary. In fact, pretty much every player could purchase one up except Zine. Either way, it is looking like Mini is doing as said. Just looking to try and retreat that AK-47, but Just Cause is there to put him down. 7-4, Lucid Dream are going to take themselves a further lead. Already, there's that first up. I am wondering if we're going to get a secondary here. They haven't really had the AWP too much in this, and well, as said, everybody except Zion can pretty much buy one, so I highly doubt we're going to see him purchase one up now. Here we go. The best buy we've seen by quite a margin for MVP. The T's have got up a little bit of economy, so it's not going to be so easy to break them back. Of course, this is the map choice of Lucid Dream after losing Train 16-8 just moments ago. Already, though, missed shot from Mini, and Leaf will be there to find the opener. You can see So tempted to try and go for the re-peak, find something back for his team, but Crisscross smokes are down. He can't really afford to go for any further aggression. Glow's just going to take that AWP away and look to try and reuse it, rehash it, as the T's once again make their way for this A split. Got a man left in the middle to try and hold off rotation. So is going to buy a little bit of extra time. Actually does spot a couple of players here. Flashbang going to be going out to at least slow them down. He's at least leaving them low. I don't really know how he's still surviving, and eventually Zendi is going to put an end to that. However, the rotations have come in, and they're doing well. Glow and Zeph tag teaming this CT side, or this T side, sorry, and leaving only 2 of them remaining. Make that just 1. Niffy trying to fight things back, and almost does it at that. Zine's still a long way away as he finally gets towards the party on the A site. Well, he's left completely blind, but the fact is his teammate has done the damage. Doesn't look like they're going to retrieve 2 AWPs, just the singular still. But this is a perfect chance for Lucid Dream to actually reset them. As said, they've got plenty of cash going into this round. This time Mini will win that opening battle. First time we've really seen MVP able to take themselves a man advantage in quite a while. It's mainly been the T side finding those opening picks, and we'll get to see whether or not this will now be the undoing of Lucid Dream, now that they haven't got the openers. Still very even on their side of the board. 10 top fragger, 8 bottom fragger. Zion currently making that quite a bit more distant, and well so. They're already going to be down and out. Now, in terms of utility, that's where the CT side are hugely lackluster at the moment. You can understand some aggression, but at the same time, with a man advantage, it wasn't really necessary. The T's starting to rotate their way back towards this B site. Zion going to be left in the back box. They don't actually have much control over towards the site at all. It's only going to be Zeph looking for a little bit of a peek. They're going to go pushing him, but they haven't checked. This is a position that you need to be clear, and they'll line up for Zion. He sprays 2, 3rd as well. He bursts into life, a man who's been very quiet so far with 3 crucial kills. I think he's being shot at by his own teammates. News for you, buddy. Can't be behind that box. He has to be in the corner somewhere, and while Wannafly will still get one, but Zion with an impeccable round. 4 kills for him. A second AWP will be retrieved this time, and it is going to be 6-7. T's now, the money not in the best of states. I'm just going to go for some pistols. Bit of utility will go in behind them as well. Going to look to try and push in towards this A side. The fact is, though, they may not expect the sort of double position of Quad and MBK being played at once. Still looking to try and probe, but the fact is the CT side have abandoned middle. Going to have Mini watching it. Much more dedicated towards the sites, holding back with this double AWP setup. Onto the site, spray down already. The AWP in the backline's doing work as well, and it is left all onto Niffy. Do a little bit of damage with the Deke, but they know exactly where he is. There's no way he's winning this round, and Mini is going to be there to finish off his triple. 7-7. Last round of the first half. MVP have slowly dragged this one back into a much more contested scoreline. Already though, mid control will fall into the hands of this T side. They're playing a similar setup as before, with Mini holding with the AWP, but I like that smoke. That's actually going to allow the cross in towards that Z connector. So now has to try and push in to actually cover it instead, but that's actually very smart, knowing exactly where Mini has played over the last few rounds and just opting to avoid him, and the timing couldn't be worse. So somehow nearly gets away with that. Dead though, the push in the meantime comes in towards the B side. Zion is going to be there with the AWP, has support, is going to need it as well, but what a fly, what a flick. Is going to find a headshot onto the second, the rotation being held for by Leaf. And by the looks of things, it is going to be the half going the way of this T side. It'd have to be something impressive from Mini. He does manage to get a first and retrieve an AK-47. Still has a plethora of utility, but needs an instant headshot here, and instead will be put down. It is going to be 8-7 in favor of Lucid Dream. But the fact is, it could have been much, much more. MVP with a slight resurgence towards the end of this half, and now moving on to the T side, where, well, we have to say on the first map, they were very, very strong. get to wait and see whether or not they are going to be able to bring this one back. Pistol round will take one of these teams, well, either Lucid Dream further into the lead or MVP just into it. If they can actually win the follow-up round, of course. We saw some very dicey early game. Either way, a little bit of utility for So. A kit and a smoke for Wanna Fly, and the T's looking like they're about to just explode on towards this A site. Nobody really peeking at the moment. Finally, Just Cause is going to take the look and actually spot a couple of players on that side of the map. Fight being taken. Sign just looking to hold up, but it's going to be the start coming out from Mini. Fact is, though, they're not actually executing off of this just yet, and with the rotations being heard, Zine is very well placed to actually find these kills first and a second, and now the B-side's completely open. Smart stuff from MVP. Being prepared for this rotation, being prepared to actually switch back. You can see how close the bomb was, knowing that they were going to come this way. Smoke gonna fall over as well, as Mini finds his second of the round, and while it's only going to be Wanna Fly left, and I think he may want to run away as he's just going to hold onto that kit, Smoke, and the extra $300 he made from getting the kill onto Glow. I will say, though, that these sort of second round victories have been fairly prominent in this matchup. Having a kit and a smoke will definitely help them out, but he's got to hold on to it. Zine's going to go hunting. Obviously, not that much really for him to lose. They're just going to go running in towards his position. It seems like they've calculated where he's going to be. And Zeph will be there to put him down. No kit and smoke saved. It will be 8-8. Two fat ladies. Scoreline equalised. Or, sorry, two big-boned ladies. Big-boned because... not allowed to say the word fat. Either way. 3 AKs brought up for MVP. Playing this one very safe indeed. And just look at the push. Zine, well, he does a lot of damage, but only gets himself one kill. However, this should be a pretty big sign that they should go over towards the other side of the map. Wanna Fly is going to be able to find one. Does work with the CZ and actually retreats back around. He gets a second as well. Again, this man going huge and looking for a little bit more. Will even get himself a third. And now it's left all onto So. I said it at the beginning of the round that they haven't been great in these sort of rounds. However, So is looking to try and bring this back. Not going to happen. Massive round from Wanna Fly once again. He sits top of the board, 18 and 13. Well, now the T side. They just have to go for a force of their own. Looking like they're saving a little bit of cash here. Zine's going to go for a full investment. UCZ's going to be juggled around, and eventually we will see the remainder of the money invested here. MVP looking to try and break back in return. Smoke lineup. He's smoking off the cross. Allows them more access towards, well, I suppose Leaf. That's where he's currently sitting. Still got a man on the site in Niffy with that AK-47. Probably not the best time to be expecting it, as they will now look to run in towards the site. He's left completely blind. He has absolutely no idea what's going on. Still in the backline will be Leaf, and that's a nice double down. He's at least given them a way into this. Bomb is eventually going to be planted. Actually, okay. Maybe not. Interesting. Not quite sure what's going on here for the T side. They really are taking their time, and they may have taken too much time. Getting this bomb down is going to be very difficult indeed now. Mini looking to try and defend his teammate. He's actually going to juggle the AK back over to the healthier player, Zeph. Be given that opportunity. Still a couple of low players here, and the nade is going to do work. 10-8. T-side, they get themselves onto the site. They do some damage, but it's actually Leaf who does the majority of the work. Finds himself a triple, makes some money, and also helps them survive. Now the T-side, probably just going to take the hit this time. Maybe a few pistols, a deagle or two. They could go in with some Galils, but... not really the best weapon, is it? Let's be real. Let's be real, don't buy a Galil. There you go, there's a nice little rhyme for you. Because in all honesty, the pistol's probably that little bit better. Alrighty though, utility damage off the chains. Looking to make even more cash. He's been doing work with the SMG so far. UMP last round, MP9 this round. He'll show he's a true god if he picks up the Bison. Already though, there will be a flawless round from the CT side. A strong way to get back into this one, as they are now 11 and 8 up. Maybe I should just come up with more rhymes for other guns. There's love on the horizon if you use a Bison. Here we go though. T-side, how with a buy of their own. Of course, if MVP manage to win this one, they will be taking us through into the playoff stage. And while if Lucid Dream, we've got a little bit more work to do today, as there will be a third and final map of Mirage. Leaf is going to be back on his AWP. He's been pretty good so far. Wanna-Fly has definitely been the one to watch, though. Whoa, well, in this round at least seems to be the one to watch. He's found that opener down onto just 1 HP, and Wanna-Fly left in the corner, and they don't check it. Zeph gains so much ground, but it's not going to be cleared properly. The remaining players looking to try and switch things up onto the B side. But it seems like Lucid Dream are just starting to become aware of these fakes. I'm aware of the idea that they're just going to switch things up at any opportunity. And, well, the remaining T's seem to be running around like headless chickens. Finally, we'll start to see some movement over towards that B side, but they need to defend off this vent, and, oh, they do just that on the site, though. They've already lost the battle, and once again, is it going to be another fake? Are they going back towards the other side of the map? Glow's just going to try and really hold this by running in, and he does actually manage to get himself a kill. He doesn't expect the second player, though, but somehow he's still surviving. And now he's actually baited them in, fully rotating, and given Mini a chance with an open plant. I don't know how this has ended up working out, but somehow Mini's now in a chance where he can win this. I will say, though, for an after plant position, I absolutely hate Squeaky. Now, it could work out for him, because he'll be able to spray through the door, but... And he has an incendiary. Question is, though, are they going to check this? They should. They should, especially with the door being open. And there you go, it's actually going to be closed in his face. And, well, you can somewhat see why I don't like that as a position to be held, as it's just not that great a spot. I think he was worried that they were a little bit closer than they were. However, yeah, I maybe it's just my personal distaste, but I've never liked an after-plant position that is just Squeaky. Because you basically have to hope that they don't think you're there. Either way, bomb plant is enough for the T's to get themselves another buy. We're going to have a fast push in towards middle. Mini looking to try and find the kills, and he is doing just that alongside Zyme. Zeph is going to catch one out as well. T-side somehow win a quick round, and well, the CTs will have enough to buy into this one, but that's where things may start to get a little bit dicey for them. After that, straight in, Leaf is going to have himself the AWP, but already you can start to see some limitations to their purchase. Already a little bit of aggression coming in, and Niffy is going to be tagged down. Counter utility being expended isn't going to do too much. With the big green gun looking to try and win the battle based off aggression. He's alone over towards this B site. Wait, a minute left on the clock. Majority of players over towards the A side for the T side, but as we know for MVP, that doesn't really make that much of a difference. They love to try and throw in these fakes. Already going to be throwing out a decent amount of utility. Rotation going to be held, and Mini will find the kill, but they've spotted the bomb. That's the thing. Look at the rotation now from the CT side. They're going to start trying to push away. Zeph, I don't know how he was that close to just cause without killing him. Maybe looking for a little bit more. But now they have to go back towards the A side. Luckily for them, the CTs have somewhat abandoned it. Do they have a smoke for the cross? Yes, they do, so that's not going to be a problem either. Zion's still trying to lurk on the other side, but the fact is, where's that smoke? Oh, was it on Zion? I think he was the one with all the utility. They managed to get across anyway, so it doesn't actually matter in the end, but it would have been quite funny if that actually played a part. Either way, Glow is going to execute another, and the remaining two for Lucid probably just going to try and hold on to what they've got. I wonder if the T's will go hunting, though. By the looks of things, so already has. Worth noting as well, Zion was fairly far behind in the first half, but he has started to come back into his own a little bit here. Glow even going to put down another towards the end. Either way, 12 to 10. Not much invested at all. Of course, last few rounds have been fairly clean for the T side. Have a look at some. Who's doing utility damage? I always like the utility players. Enemies flashed 15. Niffy playing that support role very well. Actually got a fairly good headshot percentage as well. Not that that matters, I just like looking at stats. CT side, they've fully gambled. They've gone over towards the B site. Of course, if you would like to gamble, you can head over to GG Bet. You know the score by now. You know the score. Obviously, that was a seamless plug, and nobody even noticed and will not be calling me a sellout right about now. Either way. As I said, they've just gone over towards that B site. It's going to be a shooting gallery for the remaining players. So may not want to push too far here. What are they doing? They've got a little... Oh. It's like a staggered lineup. Is anybody going to push in? This is the best camera work you've ever seen, don't even lie. You're actually so impressed by my level of observing that, well, some of you may not live to see the end of the day. You're just so excited. No one going to push this way? Well, that's disappointing. I suppose not really anything for the T's to gain other than a little bit of stat padding, so they will take the flawless round instead and take the scoreline 12 to 11. CTs can purchase up here, although the AWP not going to be coming back into play unless it's glass cannon. This is MVP's chance to equalize. We saw this in the previous map where they were a little bit slow to start the second half, but ended up running away with it in the end. Well, early doors, we are going to see this push in towards middle. It's been completely abandoned. The CT side looking to take a leaf out of their opponent's blood. They've got to be careful here, though. Zendi, though, double kill. Starts things off well. In fact, a third already added in and leaving it on to just two. So and Zion, the stars from the previous map, and well, So is left alone. Got to spot Zendi up above and actually still manages to get the kill. Gonna be difficult for him to get a bomb down here, but actually he's gonna go rotate back. This could work perfectly. He's gonna hear the player pushing in, it seems like Leaf's aware of the potential and will actually execute his opponent. Came a little bit close there. It looked like So was going to be able to take them down. However, now the CTs... Well, this is crunch time. And you're thinking, Tom, how is this crunch time? They're in the lead. It's 13-11. Oh. Okay, pause not going to happen. But this crunch time, because if the CTs lose this round, they're going to be reset. Very little money will be left. And the T's should easily be able to equalize the scoreline. You'd expect them to somewhat force the next round. And that, if they win that too, that would be 13-13 plus the eco, 14-13 MVP in the lead. So, this is crunch time for Lucid Dream. Crunch time for MVP as well. They lose this one, and although they'll have a bye, their opponents will hit 14. Though it's my lucky number, it will not be theirs. Crisscross smokes thrown in. Grants some mid-control for the T side. Once again, though, we've just seen the CTs fall straight back in towards the sites themselves. A passive stance. 3 players actually over towards B. And with this completely open mid-control, no AWP, it is going to come down to some pretty sick shots from the CT players. 45 seconds left on the clock. It still looks like they're actually going to split in towards the B side. Looks like Lucid Dream have at least got themselves the read correct. Smoke, I don't think that's where that was meant to go. Unless they are just trying to cover off the car a little bit. I'm pretty sure they were supposed to go over on towards the highway. But here come the execution grenades. Now they actually pounce. They catch off one already, but the trade will be there. They need to clear off this headshot position. And although they're pre-firing it, not actually finding the kill. Eventually, though, the work will be done. Pop flash going to be thrown in. Although the bomb is going to be able to cross towards the site. Not anything they can do about that. It will be into a 3v3 retake. And not a lot of utility now for the CT side to play with. Also, the full HP players on MVP is not going to make things any easier for them. Ready, though. A little bit of damage done to Glow. As said, the remaining utility is slim. Only 1 kit in play. Is Indy going to push in, though, and he finds himself a first. Trade in. It's left all onto Mini. Got to try and burn down that clock, because they do manage to find themselves the kit. He'll peek out, do damage, find the kill eventually, but he will fall. And I think there may just be enough time. Going to be very close indeed, but yeah, I think he's just about got it. Will be 14-11. Again, though, only 1 player survives, and the T's can purchase here. Not done by any stretch of the imagination for Lucid Dream, as now they could be on for a hard reset. Even less money going to be in their bank accounts going into that next one. However, of course, if they can win the next couple of rounds, we will be heading in on towards Mirage. East side this time. They've been throwing in so many fakes and trying to bait out the rotations from the CT side, but the fact is we haven't seen any sort of quicker plays this round, at least. Though we'll throw again those sort of mid smokes. A little bit of a push going to be coming in from Zendi, though. The T's looking like they are just going to hit on towards this A site. Utility going to be expended. Zeph, the one looking to try and make that initial contact. He's going to be spotted out, knowing that his opponent's there as they do go pushing in. They've got to be careful because there is a man slightly boosted up. There's one to fight. Will find the opener. Just Cause with the second as well, and the bomb already dropped onto the site is a big problem for the T side. They need a hero and they need him now. Already things are looking bad. However, So manages a first. Just Cause still in the back lines, will eventually be put down, but it is left all onto Glow. They sort of need the bomb plant even to just have a buy going into this one. I don't think he's going to get it. Rotation will come in, and Lucid Dream have hit themselves a 15th. There's going to be 15-11. Will have themselves the AKs. Still not the worst buy in the world, but some limitations to utility. CT side looking like they may have this one in the bag, as So is already down to just 1 HP. Great position from Niffy as well, will already execute Zine. Both players who were the stars of the previous map are either dead or almost buried, as So is left on just 1 HP still. MVP really haven't risen to life on this T side so far. Probably wishing they could go back in time to the moment where they won the pistol. Either way, T's. He's going towards middle once again. Looking like we have this push coming in. A little bit of a boost in play, but could actually be caught out. In fact, Zeph's going to do the work as he finds himself the double down. Now remember, the CT side economy is not in the best of states here. They are going to be trying it anyway. Mini actually getting burnt out, and there's a couple of players low. The problem is the CT side have no utility left to actually get themselves back in towards the site. So, how is he alive? He's literally dodging bullets at the moment. He was on 1 HP when they started shooting. The bullet holes are on the wall behind him, but managed to survive. CT side have decided just to save what they've got. Not overly surprised by that, because they will be able to get a buy in the next round because of this. Leaf can buy himself, and Just Cause can probably drop a FAMAS or something, or an SMG, so won't be the worst in the world. Let's go back to some more stats. I like more stats. It's weird. Nobody's actually got like a ridiculously high ADR. It's fairly balanced throughout the server. 66, 66, 68. Tactical pause called by MVP. You can sort of understand why this, well, every round is now crunch time for them. Still on for that reset. They win this round, and well, money really does become a problem again for Lucid Dream. We could easily see this go back to 15-15, but every time I've said that, it seems to go wrong, and while already it's going a little bit wrong, the first kill will go the way of the CT side. The aggression from WannaFly and Just Cause paying off perfectly, and MVP just stuck in their tracks at the moment. Fact is there a way back into this round, and indeed this map for them. Side just playing patiently, waiting to see if there is further aggression here. Zeph's made his way out into middle, and he does have an opponent just waiting around the corner. He's going to be coming in, and he will lose the battle. Oh, there's not even going to be a trade, So will go down as well. It's looking like it's dead to rights now, as Niffy on the site will be there to try and hold it off. Zine can't do anything, and we will be going to a third map. It is going to be 16 and 12. Do see our cheeky little odds. Yeah, second map winner. There you go. It was correct. And while we are going to be heading, as said, on to our third and final, make sure you come back after the break to conclude this series.
Place your bets at gg.bet. Most popular esports titles. Deposit with convenient payment options. Cool mini games. And 24/7 support for players. Sign up now for the best esports bets at gg.bet.